medicine industry in Malaysia and also in Asia. It is wonderful to see so many of you here today to support not only this conference, but the future of this industry. In recent years, dermatology and the aesthetic medical practice has gained popularity, and largely for being a highly consumer driven service. It is believed that the well being of an individual is a balance of your health, your appearance, assets, and of course, the environment in which you live in. And this has resulted in the popularity of aesthetic medical practice, where part of the objective is to create a harmonious balance between the physical, the psychological well being of the individual. Although aesthetic medical practice is not recognized as a medical specialty, but rather an area of interest in Malaysia, there is growing evidence behind its approach and practice. The science and the scientific concepts underpinning aesthetic medical practice have resulted from work done and published in dermatology and plastic surgical literature and are now taught within the core curriculum of these two specialties. Recent advancement in aesthetic medical practice has seen a rise in the number of medical practitioners, general practitioners, practicing in this field. The growth trajectory is further corroborated by the introduction of formal training and education, the development of guidelines, with the most recent being published in 2020 by KKM, and scientific literature output from this group of practitioners, not only locally, but also globally. Although there is yet to be international consensus on the precise definition of aesthetic medicine, this field can be deemed to be aspirational as medical professionals help to fulfill patients' dreams or strive towards a better aesthetic ideal. We have seen tremendous growth in this field in the past 2 decades, with people publicly embracing aesthetic medicine to not only look good, but also to feel better and to live better lives. Ladies and gentlemen, as the aesthetic medicine and dermatology field flourishes, we also have to look at some of the concerns that surround the growth of this industry. Unqualified cosmetic centers offering cheaper rates to entice customers have been mushrooming in recent times. Social media these days also play a pivotal role in driving consumers' interest, which then exerts market pressure on practitioners to purchase or offer services that are not regulated or evidence-based. Reports of adverse outcomes, including disfigurements and even death, arising from aesthetic procedures performed by unqualified and incompetent medical and non-medical practitioners, have been published. From January to August of this year, a total of 103 complaints on facilities that provide aesthetic services has been received by KKM. As safety issues are of paramount importance, this practice needs to be highly regulated. As you all know, your first dictum says, first, do no harm. Hence, when providing any medical aesthetic treatment, the apparatus, equipment, substance of medical products must meet the minimum standards prescribed by CCAP's KKM. Devices and apparatus used also must be approved by MDA under the ministry. Additionally, aesthetic medical procedures, especially those which are invasive and minimally invasive, should only be performed by qualified registered medical practitioners at premises registered or licensed under the Private Healthcare Facilities and Services Act 1988. The National Registry of RMP practicing aesthetic medical practice is of course available on our KKM portal, and currently we have 478 registered medical practitioners with letters of credentialing and privileging. The ministry continues to want to encourage your particular sector, especially in providing services which customers increasingly demand for, and for placing Malaysia on the map of medical tourism in the field of dermatology and aesthetic medicine. But we have to be able to fulfill this objective by ensuring patient safety and the safety within this industry. The government has initiated steps to better regulate the lucrative but poorly monitored beauty industry, which has indirectly caused the number of fake medical practitioners to increase. Both my ministry and the Ministry for Domestic Trade, KPD and HEP, have been engaged with stakeholders to gain better clarity, to develop regulations that will safeguard the public, but also allow for the growth of this industry. Regulating this industry is beneficial, as practitioners should never be allowed to infringe on medical procedures and the regulations that govern medical procedures. As with anything else, we have to walk a fine line between encouraging, developing the industry, as well as ensuring safe regulations are adhered to for patient safety and, of course, for also the reputation and integrity of practitioners involved in this industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Malaysia's strength as a leading healthcare travel destination in the region has strengthened over the last 10 years, with accolades, recognition, and returning patients exemplifying our success. We seek to further fortify and strengthen our position by empowering growth through consolidated healthcare programs and a healthcare system. Within KKM, we have the Malaysia Healthcare Travel Council, or MHTC, which is responsible as a one-stop shop for encouraging medical tourism in Malaysia. The growth of technology, but also expertise in your field of dermatology and aesthetics, it will immensely contribute to making Malaysia one of the top destinations for medical tourism. Medical tourism has been a crucial sector for sustainable economic growth and development, foreign currency earning over the years. And the activities of medical tourism have increased and attracted the attention of healthcare consumers, facilitators, and providers from various disciplines across the region and the continent. The medical tourism sector in Malaysia has recorded a compounded annual growth rate of 16 to 17% over the last 5 years, well ahead of the global average of 10 to 12%, and even Asia Pacific's 12 to 14%. Highly sought after medical procedures in Malaysia, such as cardiology, general health screening, neurology, and aesthetic treatments have proven to be popular. There is a rise in the demand for these services daily, and more people are coming to Malaysia as a place that can provide and meet the demands of medical tourists from across the region. As you all know, our biggest competitor in the ASEAN region for medical tourism is Thailand, which attracts more medical tourists per year than Malaysia. An estimated 2 million international patients went to Thailand in 2017 out of its 35 million overall tourist arrivals for the purpose of medical tourism. Positioning itself as a medical and wellness destination, Thailand is a global leader in cosmetic surgery and treatment, as well as wellness and traditional medicines, of course now medical cannabis. I was rather impressed with Thailand during my recent visit. I visited one of their flagship medical tourism hospitals, Bumrungrad International Hospital, and it is my hope that not only can we match but surpass the offerings that Thailand has to offer in the near future. Although the pandemic affected medical tourism almost devastatingly over the last 2 years, we target to rebound with a 1.7 billion ringgit revenue in 2025 from our country's medical tourism sector through initiatives planned out under the Malaysian Healthcare Travel Blueprint 2021-2025. The blueprint focuses on making Malaysia a key competitor in the global healthcare tourism sector by focusing on 3 strategic pillars. 1, a healthcare travel ecosystem. Basically, a single window into various services that can be offered here in Malaysia and making the experience as smooth and as comfortable as possible. A Malaysian travel brand by promoting Malaysia as a destination for safe, effective, efficient, and also world-class medical care, and also by developing markets. Traditionally, our biggest markets for health tourism, China, Indonesia, and now we're expanding beyond these traditional markets by looking at other countries where we can aggressively brand the Malaysian health tourism brand and attract people to Malaysia. All of this, I believe the aesthetics community can contribute to. I believe through the knowledge sharing that you have conference today, by focusing on not just the latest services that you can provide, but also most crucially, safety and efficacy for patients, we are able to position Malaysia as the preferred destination for effective and safe aesthetic treatment. IDEMS, being the first of its kind, will be a great platform to equip our local industry players with the information, insights, and data needed to successfully operate with the best practices and safety regulations. I believe we will continue to learn and improve from our neighboring countries through these summits and develop our ideas and skills with a broad range of doctors and practitioners, and also to meet the growing demand from consumers for aesthetic procedures. We can aim to place Malaysia on the top of the list of Southeast Asian countries and even Asian countries that individuals from all around the world will want to come to for medical services. Once again, congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Once again, round of applause for YB Khairy Jamaluddin Abu Bakar. Thank you for such a visionary speech. YB, please remain on stage. We'll now like to call upon the following management executives and VIPs to participate in the official opening. Yang berbahagia Dr. Ko Chun Beng, CEO of Co Academy, and yang berusaha Dr. Edmund Lau Jian Hong, President of Organizing Committee of ADEX. At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to witness the grand launch of ADEX 2022. We would like to invite YB Khairy Jamaluddin to place his hand on the tablet provided and officiate the opening of Asia Dermatology and Aesthetics Medicine Summit, ADEX 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause as we officiate the opening of Asia Dermatology and Aesthetic Medicine Summit ADEX 2022. A moment for the press and media to take some photos. VVIPs.
Look out for more from cosmetics.